Hi Gene, this is Rob again with another reply video for the Telecaster project I'm working on. The body's finished. Like I said in my previous video, it does have some imperfections to it. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of bared down on the clear coat a little too hard when I was going to level sand, so I got a little bit of waviness up here. There were some spots that I did wind up sanding through to the primer. I got by the horn here, I got a little imperfection there. There's a little bit of sand through in a couple spots on some of the edges. I'm not gonna spend all day trying to find it. But as far as the sanding and polishing goes, it went okay. Some things I would have done different if I was to do it over again. Number one, on the crystalac.info technical data sheet, they recommend you using a 1.0 millimeter nozzle. As I mentioned in my last video, I was trying to do everything with one gun, so I was using a mini detail touch-up spray gun with a 0.6. On this project, on the crystalac.info site, they recommend the minimum number of coats being 6. That's what I did. If I had to do it all over again, I would have done about 15, because it's a durable finish, but it's a very soft finish. And probably, is it as durable as, say, a 2K clear? No. But it does have some durability. Is it like maybe the durability of a lacquer or something? Yeah, I would say so. But I would have done about 15 coats instead if I was to redo the project. Chris from Highline Guitars, if you check out the Highline Guitars YouTube channel, when he's a professional luthier. When he's commissioned to do, to do a guitar for a customer, and they ask for the Crystalac Bright Tone, he'll usually do about 15 coats. He'll do like 5 coats one day, level sand, 5 coats the next day, level sand, then 5 coats the next day, and then he'll usually hang the guitar up for at least a week to 2 weeks to let it fully cure. So yeah, I would have, to deal with some of these imperfections that I had, I would honestly go back and do about 15 coats. But the level of gloss that you get, I started out, I level sanded with 800 grit, then I went to 1,000, then 1,500, then 2,000, then 2,500. That's another thing. If I could go back and do it all over again, I probably would have tried, since the finish is kind of soft, even though it is durable, I think I would have tried to level sand starting at like 2,000 grit. Then maybe I wouldn't have had some of these issues. But overall, you get some incredible gloss out of this thing. I can literally see my reflection, no problem in the clear coat, and there's not much breakup in the light reflections either. So yeah, I would have done about 15 coats instead of the 6, and then did the level sanding. So pros in terms of the product: it is water based. The VOC count on it is extremely low. So if you say, like I said, if you can only spray in, say, your garage, it's an ideal product. It's not hard on the lungs at all, and the level of gloss that you get out of it is amazing. It's not hard to spray. Usually if you spray it around 20 psi, you're fine. I started spraying it at around 25, and it was just a little bit too high on the air pressure, so I backed it down. What else? It lays out very, once you get it sprayed, it levels out beautifully. That's why if I could go back and do it over again, I think I would have started level sanding at around either 1500 or 2000 grit, because there wasn't that much orange peel in it at all. And Chris from Pylon Guitars usually recommends starting level sanding with an 800 grit, but man, I think it's just a little bit too coarse, personally. But if you have 15 coats on the guitar, you probably could start with an 800 grit. But going back with me only doing 6 coats, I think I would have started with like a 1500 or 2000. So it levels out beautifully. Now, some cons to the product. It can be a little finicky when you're spraying it. If, like I said, you don't really want to spray more than 20 psi. Now, the other thing that absolutely was driving me crazy, and this is something that the Crystal company really needs to work on. They really need to work on seeing if they can lower the recoat times on this product, because this is not like a 2K clear. You can't put a coat on, wait 10 or 15 minutes, come back and put another coat on, wait 10 to 15 minutes and put another coat on, and let it cure overnight and start level sanding the next day. You can't do that with this product. You have to put a coat on, make your first coat pretty light. Then you have to wait at least 2 hours to let it fully dry. But then on the container, and even on the technical data sheet, they recommend not putting the next coat on for another 4 hours. So it's going to take you a 12-hour period to put 3 coats on. And I'm sorry, and maybe it's just me being impatient, because I do get impatient sometimes. I think 4 hours for a recoat time is kind of ridiculous. That's just me, though. If you're not in too big of a hurry, though, and you're willing to take your time, I've got a very, busy schedule. And like I said, waiting 4 hours in between recoat times, I think is kind of ridiculous. But that's just me. But maybe that's something down the line the Crystal company, they can work on, maybe lowering these recoat times maybe to, maybe at least a couple of hours. The product does level sand beautifully. Like I said, I have that waviness in the clear coat because I kind of bear down a little too hard. And like I said, I would have gone back and done 15 coats. As far as the cons go, that's really about it. You really want to spray. Really want to spray the product, above 65 degrees Celsius. 65 degrees Fahrenheit. If you go below that, you probably have to purchase a retarder, and then you're going to have a longer wait time on your recoats. Other things I would have done differently if I was to go back. I would not have used the Solarez. I can't believe it's not lacquer as a sealer. Honestly, I think the gray Otterborn sealer would have sealed up the wood just fine. I would have done a little bit better, prep work on the wood. But like I said, the level of gloss that you get out of this, is awesome. Like I said, I got another imperfection there. Like I said, I had so many things going on when I was going to do the finishing process that it was either just keep on going and do the best you can, or just, sand everything down and start all over. And I was already so far into the project that I was like, you know what? This is just going to be my guitar. So I'm not really all that concerned if it's not perfect. And I look at it this way too. I mean, down the line, if I decide that I want to repaint the guitar, all I have to do is, scuff sand the clear coat and just start from the beginning. But the level, like I said, the level of gloss that you get is pretty awesome. I'm kind of trying to let the compound. Oh, in terms of compound, I was going to buy some water based rubbing compound. I've seen some stuff by chemical guys on Amazon. I was gonna do that. I was gonna order some of that stuff. I forget what it's called, honestly. If I happen to remember the name of it, I'll drop the link in the comments. But basically, what I did, I've had this sitting around for years. I used some Turtle Wax premium rubbing compound, and it worked amazing. And then my daughter, she does a little body work on her cars sometimes. She had this Meguiar's Scratch X 2.0 to remove any fine scratches and blemishes. So that's basically all I used on the project. Like I said, as you can see, the level of gloss that you get from the product is amazing. The thing that's really sad, I think I did a better job on the backside than I did on the front side. And that's the part of the guitar that gets seen the most. That's really why couple of those spots that I sanded through, that's really why I didn't make that much of a deal about it, because it's like, I mean, it's my guitar. I'm pretty happy. Like I said, out of a 10-point scale, I would give it at least a 7.5. It was a good first attempt. Like I said, I haven't done anything like this in 6 years. But like I said, Solarez, I can't believe it's not lacquer. That's what I used first. I would not recommend it. I would only recommend it strictly as a clear coat. And you want to use a 1.4 millimeter nozzle with that. Then I used gray Otterborn sealer. If I had to go back on that, that's another thing. I think I would have either got a red sealer or Createx. They make an Otterborn silver sealer to help make that pearl even pop even more. What else would I have done different? I mean, I took my time. It's just like anything else. Sometimes you run into issues, and like I said, I'm pretty proud of myself. It was a good first attempt, not having done a guitar project in 6 years. And like I said, the gray Otterborn sealer. Then we used the Wicked Colors Pearl Red, number 303. Then we used the Crystalline Bright Tone. And then we used, in terms of sandpaper, I just used some automotive grade sandpaper from 3M, 1000 grit, 1500, 2500, and I used 800 grit to try to level sand. Like I said, if I had to do it all over again, I would have just tried to start with maybe 1500 grit by hand, since I only put about 6 coats on the guitar. That's the thing that really sucked too, is I gave this guitar a full 8 days to cure, and I still had the issues that I had. But hey, I'm not complaining. I think it was a good first attempt. I know what to do, because I do probably within the next couple of months after I get this finished. I'm probably gonna start a Stratocaster project next. Maybe do like a hardtail Strat. Guitarfetish.com. They actually sell hardtail Strat bodies. I may even just like purchase one that's already painted, and then just scuff sand the clear coat, and then to cut down on the time and then repaint it the color that I want to paint it. So I got to purchase the neck still. I think I'm going to purchase that from Guitar Fetish, because supposedly the heel width is supposedly the guitar neck that I'm going to purchase is like 42 millimeters, and supposedly the neck pocket is like 42 millimeters. So I'm hoping that would work perfect. I'm going to use a little bit more of a modern bridge with stainless steel saddles. Now, in terms of the pickups, I'm not going to lie to you. I've never used lace sensor pickups, but from what I've heard in the videos that I've watched, they sound amazing. The only problem is they're super, super expensive. I would probably do a dually, maybe a purple and an emerald in the neck, and then I would just use either their standard Telecaster bridge pickup. They have a one Telecaster pickup, bridge pickup. That's I think it's like a 9K or something, and then they sell like a red Telecaster pickup that's like a 13 for when you want that real hot sound. But if it's a little bit over the budget of what I want to do, then I'll probably just maybe order some cheap pickups off of Guitar Fetish. I don't know. I'm still going back and forth on that. It's a cheap project. It's not like I purchased this body from Vendor's Custom Shop or something. But yeah, I mean, for a first attempt, like I said, there's an imperfection there. For a first attempt, I think it turned out pretty decent. Like I said, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, I'm not a professional luthier. I haven't done something like this in 6 years, but like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, down the line, if I decided I wanted to repaint it, it's not going to take much to do it. So once again, Gene, thank you so much. Thank you for being such an inspiration, and can't wait to see another one of your upcoming videos coming up. And like I said, thank you for being an inspiration, and we will see you down the road. Have a good day.